I want to tell you about me and some of my problems, some of my issues. A lot of people have been following what's going on in my life. There's a ton of curiosity. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and this is Mike's Philippine Retirement. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about let's get busy living. Because if you don't get busy living, you know the saying from that old movie, Shawshank Redemption, you better get busy dying. Well, here in the Philippines, you got to be living. And even on our couch back in the US or Canada, wherever you're at right now, enjoying your life, get busy living. Get busy living. I've caught myself a couple times in the past month just staring at a television with no sound on, or just looking at my laptop, just, thumbing through, browsing different things, but really with no purpose and no intent, just killing time. Life is too short. This past winter, we lost a couple people here. A close friend, Tom Hunter, and a couple other people passed away during the winter. And life is short. They were enjoying their life, and it came to a quick end. And that's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to come to an end sometime. So let's start living our life. I preached lots of times about getting off the couch, going out and having some memories, making memories. Don't make excuses why you didn't do something. Make some memories. If it's only a 2-week vacation or a 6-month visit, or maybe it's for a couple of years, do something. If your life at home is not perfect, if it is not the way that you envisioned your retirement years, move on over to the Philippines. I want to tell you about me and some of my problems, some of my issues. A lot of people have been following what's going on in my life. There's a ton of curiosity to what's going on in my life and why I don't share it with everybody. Well, there's a lot of things I will not share, but there are a lot of things I will share. And in the coming 3 weeks to 6 weeks, in that time frame, I'll be doing a lot of sharing with you about what happened in my life, what changed my life. Because I was a very happy camper a few years ago. And now I went through a depression time. I went through a period of hardship, emotionally, physically. And now that I'm back, I think I'm back. I've regrouped. I've recovered financially. I've totally recovered emotionally, and I'm ready to move on with my life and live life. And you have to get off that couch. And the first thing you have to do is you have to leave. So for this week coming up, Sunday, I believe Sunday's going to be the 8th, I'm headed up to Cebu, and I'm going to spend 5 days in Cebu. Of course, I have business to take care of there. Of course, I have my test results to go show my doctor. Preventive maintenance. Stay ahead of the problems. Don't let medical issues determine how happy you can be in life or not. You either have to accept what's wrong with you and keep living, or you have to accept the fact that you're going to fight it one way or the other. Maybe you're going to go back to the U.S., or you're going to go to Guam, or you're just going to go to a local hospital and try to fight these problems some people have. Me, I'm resigned to the fact that I'm just going to live my life until my life is over, until I can't enjoy it anymore. And once that happens, well, that's a whole different video and a whole different chapter. But guys, get off the couch. I'm going up to Cebu. I'm going to go see Heidi at C&G Consultants. You guys seen her on the channel before. I'm going to go ahead and take care of a visa problem. I'm going to eliminate my 13A visa, and I'm going to move over to an SRRV. And there's some hurdles I have to go through, a couple of hoops I have to jump through. But that is my plan on that visit. I also have to go to the embassy, or the consulate, as they call it, get some documents. They're not apostilled for the SRV. I have my DD-214 and DD-215. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's an amendment to the DD-214. Since they're not apostilled, the embassy will authenticate those, and the Philippine Retirement Authority will accept those. So I'm going there for that. Also, my doctor visit. My doctor is a great doctor. I'm going to use her for everything, but I do all the testing here. The blood work and some other minor testing they can do here at Silliman instead of spending a day at a hospital in Cebu. Where it's not home. This is home for me. I get a lot of things done here. Just the doctors I have a good doctor in Cebu, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Also, when I'm up there, there's some people that I haven't seen in a long time that hang out at Ayala Mall where I used to hang out. And I want to go to that Tuesday meet and greet that everybody's been talking about. It's such a good gathering of expats up there in Ayala Mall Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. I will be there at Abaca Coffee Shop, I believe it's called, or bakery and coffee, right next to Starbucks, across from the social on the fourth floor. So all you guys out there have been leaving comments like, whenever I see you, Mike, I'm going to do this to you and I'm going to do this to you. Well, I'll be there at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I'll also be staying at the Summit Hotel. I've changed the hotel that I use all the time. The Quest is the perfect place to go when you first land. It's convenient. It's close to Ayala Mall. It has a great buffet. There's a lot of foreigners there. They're used to foreigners coming in there. The rooms are more than adequate. The facility is more than adequate. And the food is pretty good there. But I'm staying at a place called the Summit Hotel, which is in the Robinson Mall. And for those, again, for those of you who are looking for me, check out the lobby of the Summit Hotel. I'll be hanging out there every now and then, but it's connected right to the mall. There's a restaurant, the Summit Cafe, I believe it's called. You can go there and have coffee. They're open late, even after the mall closed. They're open a little bit later, so you can get something to eat. Heidi's her office, C&G Consultants, is in Robinson Mall. They got a couple really good ATMs for me. They have a BDO ATM that always has plenty of money. While I'm there, I'm also going to go over to New Star Casino. I've been there a few times before. I'm going to go again. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy going every day, every month, every week, but whenever I take a trip up to Cebu, I enjoy spending one night there. It was it's a very enjoyable place, very clean, very big, very fancy. You're not going to go there and get a cup of rice. They have some really nice restaurants, top top tier star type stores, and it's a great place to go hang out for an afternoon, an evening, a night. I was there during the Cebu earthquake a while back, and they evacuated the whole place. We had to leave. I was playing a machine. The building started shaking. I cashed out to get my voucher before the electricity went out. And then they escorted everybody off the casino floor, and even the hotel. They evacuated the hotel. Everybody was in the parking lot for a couple hours before I could leave and head back to my hotel. But when I'm talking about you got to living, you got to do things. Now, traveling to behold all these things, people can do things that are like day trips. You can go and stay active and stay busy, and that's what I'm trying to do. Visit little cities, visit little towns around here. Benoit is a little town. It's about a 2 hour and 20-minute motorcycle ride, but it's a beautiful ocean view off a cliff there. They have this plastic fish that you can walk out to and take pictures with. You can see the white sandbars that they have up in that area from the shoreline. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. Take the camera, roll with the motorbike. I'm going to start doing a lot more day trips where I go somewhere with a destination, get there, film it, and talk to you about it. A little bit like a travel blog, but I'm not a travel blogger. I'm just going to show you things you can do in a one-day trip here in Dumaguete. There used to be a TV show back in Ohio I would watch, and it was a one-day trip. A guy would get in his car, and he would go to some tourist spot in Ohio or Michigan and be able to drive there, do his visit, and be home within the same day. So I'm going to try a little play on that. But when you get here, guys, no matter how emotional the situations get, how depressed you get because things aren't working out for you, you just got to keep striving, moving forward, trying to get things accomplished. Stay busy, stay active. And even if you don't live here for the rest of your life, if you're just here for a year or 2 years, again, memories. But for those of us who are staying here, the thought of what are you going to do when life comes to an end, or some disease hits you, or some old age just sets in and you can no longer function? What are you going to do? Are you going to run scared? I'm ready to face death if it happens. I've lived a good life. I'm happy with my life. There are a lot of things I did in life I wish I could have done differently. There's a lot of things that have bad outcomes in my life that I wish would have been better outcomes. But there are far more things that I'm very pleased with in my life. I'm very happy with the outcome. I'm very happy with the results of what happened in my life. Nobody's life is perfect. Everybody has issues and problems, and just going through day-to-day life. Life is hard. Life is hard. I don't care if you're living in the province of the Philippines or in a high-rise penthouse in New York City. Life is rough sometimes, and you have to roll with the punches. And sometimes you take an ass kicking, and sometimes you kick some ass. So, everything is relevant to you and what you want to achieve in your life here in the Philippines, or even on your couch. If your whole goal in life is to have the best rose garden, get up early and get working on that rose garden. If your goal is to catch a 10-pound bass, and get up early, get that boat hitched up to the truck and drive to that lake and go fishing. Don't end up sitting on the couch. Don't be a couch potato. It's bad enough we were couch potatoes when we were working. You'd work all day long, you'd come home from work, and you'd sit on the couch because you're done for the day. You'd go eat your dinner, you'd relax, you watch whatever you watch, and then you go to bed and do the rat race again. Groundhog Day. You just keep doing that over and over again. We're done with that. We are now in the golden years of our life. We are retired. We have earned everything that we have. If it's anything from money you saved and you invest and you're getting that money to you, you've earned that. If it's a disability check that you're getting, you've earned that. You were paying taxes before that. Every tax dollar you paid went towards some of these services. By being an American citizen or being an American green card holder or whatever people are, you're entitled to those benefits. And if they're yours, use them to the best of your ability. Stretch it so you can enjoy your life. Social Security. I've worked since I've been 16 to earn my Social Security. Every dollar I get, I have earned. When people say, "Oh, you're over there on the America's money, on the government's money," no, it's my money. I've earned that money. If I spend it here in Dumaguete, or if I spend it in Bangkok, or in Tokyo, or I spend it in Kansas City or Cleveland or Las Vegas, it's my money to spend and do what I want. I don't beg people for money. I'm not in that position where I have to say, "Hey, help me. I can't afford rice, or I can't afford this." I've been blessed that I'm in a position to take care of myself and also take care of some loved ones around me. And you are also in that same position. Now, don't get taken. Don't be stupid. Be smart with your money. But there are people you're going to meet in life, people who are in your life already that you're going to take care of, that you're blessed. You bought your house good, and now it's worth, 3, 5 times more than what you paid for it. You're blessed. So if you want to help a grandkid get through school, you want to help one of your kids, or you want to help a sibling, do that. If you're here in the Philippines and you see it in your community you're in, and you see something you want to help with and you can afford to do it. But God, please, please don't throw your money away to people who don't deserve it. And I'm not telling you who does or does not deserve your help. That's up for you to decide. But remember, charity begins at home. God helps those who help themselves. So wherever you live, before you take $1,000 and say, "Here, I'm going to send it to some stranger in a faraway land," look around your neighborhood, look in your community. Is there somebody you can help there with that $1,000? Charity begins at home, and you want to see the results of the money you give people. When I give money to the brand guy and I buy food and I take it, I see it in the people's eyes when they come and they pick up a bag of rice and they pick up a case of sardines or corned beef, whatever we got that month. You can see in their eyes they're thankful for that and they're happy for that. And they're going to eat it. They're not going to resell it. They're not padding their bank account with that. Make sure you can see so you can feel good inside about the charity you did. And a lot of people do the right thing for the wrong people. And an example I'll give you is back in the day in Cleveland, I'm walking down the street with a couple coworkers, and this lady comes out, a poor lady, and dressed bad, with her hand saying, "Hey, can I help you? Um, can I do something for you?" Asking if she can do some work. I go, "No, no." She goes, "I can't feed my kids. I have no food." So I gave her $20. $20, just $20. And she left. Thank you. And she left. And the guys I'm walking with go, she's going around the corner. She's going to buy something to drink, or she's going to buy some drugs, or all the negative things that you would insinuate that maybe some beggars would do. Me, I said, in my heart, I feel I helped her feed her family. Now, I did the right thing. Maybe it was for the wrong person. But that's what happens here. When you start giving money and charity to people you don't know, the situation you don't know, you're doing it for all the right reasons. Your heart's in the right place. And if you want to give, give. Give a lot if you want to give. Help any way you want. It's your life, your money. But make sure to the best of your ability that you can verify this stuff. And that's the hard part about this international scamming, these whenever there's a disaster, all of a sudden there's 50 people saying, send money. When they had that earthquake in Cebu, I saw more people pop up with, we're collecting money to buy food and clothes for all these people that need it. Well, when they finally go do this, you see a couple boxes here and there, but you don't know how much money they collected. They could have collected a truck full of food and clothes with the money they received, but they buy a little bit because there's no receipts, there's no verification, and it's hard for me to explain, but I see it everywhere here in the Philippines. People asking for charities that don't exist, and it's a sad thing. I can't tell you who's who and what's what, but you have to use your own ability. You're 60 years old, 50 years. You're a grown-ass man or woman. You know what life is. Don't be a sucker. If someone calls you on the phone and says, "Hey, if you don't send me $10,000 right away, your bank account's going to be closed," you know that's a scam. Open your eyes. Open your eyes before you send money away, because it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth if you do get scammed, and you'll never help anybody again. So stay with your charity closer to home. I help people here in my backyard. I don't go and help people who live in Mindanao or people who live in Vietnam or Thailand. I don't help people there. I help people right here in my community, people on the island of Negros where I live, people in my backyard. I help people who I have seen who struggle and try to make everything work, and life threw them a curveball. But anyway, back to enjoying your life. You have to stay busy, stay active. And the one thing I found, guys, is the women are still available to you after 70. It's a great thing. So, guys, I know I'm rambling on. I really don't have a set topic on here except that you need to enjoy your life. I wanted to touch base on that. I am going to start living life much more to the fullness and everything it has to offer here in the Philippines. Cebu this week. Next month, it's back to Lona Beach and Bohol. And I'm going to share much more. I know I always talk about I should share more, but I'm going to share more on camera. I'm sitting down with Paul in a couple weeks or early next month, and we're going to talk about what happened to me over the past year. And we're going to try to tie up all the loose ends. And in the meantime, I'm going to do a bunch of little videos on divorce and owning property and selling property to tie in all the loose ends, so everybody can get a clean picture of what's gone on in my life instead of guessing and accusations and just throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks. My life has been good. I had a great partner in Janet. We are no longer together, but we are best friends. We are better friends today than we were husband and wife together. So that's all I got to say on that matter at this time. But more and more things will come out in the open in the upcoming weeks. You've made it this far through the video. I'm very proud of you. How many of you believe the thought that you either got to get busy living or get busy dying? Until next time, I'll try and have a better video for you. How do you like no hat? Take care.